What's up, everyone? Welcome to Aero TV, the #1 place for building success, independence, and happiness in our paralegal careers. I'm Misty Murray, CEO and founder of Aero Consultants, and of course, your paralegal extraordinaire for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I want to talk about working from home, working remotely, the thing that is on everybody's mind right now as we deal with the pandemic of the coronavirus and what is ahead of us. Our courthouses are closing, our court reporters aren't wanting to take jobs, we don't want to travel, and of course, if you work in a big city, there is no way you are tackling public transportation right now to get to those big city offices. So now what? If you haven't already and put your plan B in action, which I'm always trying to teach you to be plan A, which is being productive and working from home or anywhere no matter what. Well, plan B needs to be implemented if you had it, and if you didn't have it, then you really need to be focusing on that right now, which is what we're going to discuss in today's video. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and things that you can do right now for your attorneys, for your offices, that will make it to where you don't have to skip a beat. You can still be productive and work from home or wherever else you choose to. Just don't go into that office and don't expose anybody else that you don't have to. If you haven't already, check out this blog right here that I posted on LinkedIn and Facebook and everywhere else I could to help you implement systems and processes that will help you work from home. If you're an office that is struggling right now figuring out what to do next, how are you going to coordinate with people? How are you going to deal with your clients? How are you going to work with your workers and your staff members and keep your filing up to date and all that good jazz? Then I want you to click that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up to show me that you're ready for this video today, and let's dive into it. I'm gonna make this a quick one today, guys, because we've got so much going on in all of our lives. I don't have to tell you that. I already said it in the beginning of this video. So first things first, stop panicking. You can do this. Second of all, breathe, because we're gonna get through this together. All right, first things first, and that is phones. Now, all of us have phones to deal with, but we don't want our clients having our personal cell phone number. I don't know if you do, but I certainly don't, which is why I forward my extension when I can. Now, we all have extension numbers, but even though we have extension numbers to a main line, that extension actually is a number. And either your firm administrator or your telephone provider should have that number. That's the number you should be giving out to clients. If you can't get that number, then what are your alternatives? Well, if you have Teams, you can bridge it with your phone system and use it as your standalone. If you don't have Microsoft Teams, then I would suggest that you get a Google Voice number. Google Voice is awesome. It's free, you can text from it, all of your voicemails get transcribed and sent to your email, and did I mention it's free? And in most cases, you can pick your telephone number. So Google Voice is a great option if you can't forward or you don't know your direct number to your extension. There's no reason you have to skip a beat with your phones. Don't give your clients your personal cell phone number if you don't have to. Sign up for a Google Voice number. The next item on our list that everybody needs to talk about is documents. Document sharing and document creation. Now again, if you haven't looked at this blog yet on Office 365, go ahead and check that out. Now, I'm not saying that you have to create this huge case management system. I'm not saying that you have to create a SharePoint site for each one of your cases. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you have Office 365 available to you, then there's no reason that you can't work from anywhere just using the power of OneDrive and the Microsoft Suite's products that is in Office 365. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those things are available to you on the Office 365 platform, regardless if you're using the whole entire thing and all of the tools that are given to you or not. But when it comes to document preparation and document sharing, we have to remember that security is paramount. Regardless if we're in the office or not, we have to make reasonable efforts to maintain the integrity of our data and of our clients' data. So when you're sharing it in an environment like Office 365 and using the power of OneDrive, then you know that you're using a secure, HIPAA compliant, password protected, encrypted environment to safely transmit data to and from your client and to and from your team members. So if you haven't checked out Office 365, head on over to arrowconsultants.solutions, my website, check out that blog and everything else that Office 365 can do for you. And of course, if you do have any questions about Office 365, check out this video right here where I talk about how I leverage the power of Office 365 and use it as a work from home, work from anywhere application so I don't have to skip a beat for any of my cases. Now, I do plan to hold another live demo of Office 365 here really quickly because I know a lot of people need it. So head over to arrowconsultants.solutions and sign up for my next event. And as soon as I get that put together and I know when that's going to be, you will receive a notification of that event. All right, next up is calendar. We don't want to skip a beat on our calendar either, right? We have all of these deadlines, we have all of these court appearances. Even if they're being rescheduled, we still have to have a platform to show where they're being rescheduled. Never a better time to use your Outlook calendar. And honestly, there's so much more bang for your buck that you're gonna get from your Outlook calendar, you wouldn't believe it. Go ahead and break out that Outlook calendar and start using it. Start putting in your tasks, start putting in your deadlines. Get to using it, because if you don't have anything else set up right now, that's the only alternative that you've got other than Google Calendar. And honestly, I trust Outlook Calendar more than I do the G Suite and the Google Calendars. Next up is our task list. We still have things to do. We have deadlines, we're gonna put those in Outlook, but we still have our list of things to do. Sure, you can write it down on a pad of paper or put it in some sort of document on your computer, but we need systems to put in place in order to stay on top of our game, to stay ahead of the game and remain proactive and not reactive in our mindsets, even with all of this crap and the pandemic going on. We still have to stay ahead of the game. So what do? We have to implement our own productivity platform, which you have some options available to you. Asana. Asana is an amazing task list platform. You can keep track of every single one of your tasks in Asana in list form. You entered the deadline, and if you haven't completed that item ahead of the deadline, it's going to send you an email to let you know you've got that task coming up and you need to stay ahead of the game. Of course, you also have your Outlook platform, and Outlook has To Do. To Do is awesome. And when you're using Outlook on the web, which you should if you're using Office 365, you can literally click and drag your emails over to the to-do part of your Outlook program, and you can enter an event that way or you can enter a task that way. So there is just another avenue for you to stay on top of things, not skip a beat, and remain proactive and not reactive during all of this that is going on right now. So what else? What else are you doing? What else are you implementing in your offices? What apps are you using? Are you remoting in through Microsoft Remote Desktop, or are you using Office 365? Are you using LogMeIn? Tell me and the rest of our wonderful community below in the comments and let us know what you're doing during this coronavirus outbreak. How are you working from home? Did you skip a beat? What are you doing? Let us all know, because we're dying to know what everybody else is doing so that we can perhaps implement those processes as well. Lots of us are already e-filing, e-serving, and e-signing. And if you weren't before, you should be now. Now is the time for you to get rid of those in-house servers. Now is the time for you to get rid of all of those applications that are only serving you in the office and not in a cloud environment. Now is the time for you to take my 10-step challenge in this video right here to turn your office into a paperless environment. It has never been a better time to do those things right now. I think this time is going to be a wake-up call for a lot of offices and a lot of attorneys. We can't remain stagnant in our processes. We have to evolve in technology. If we weren't already set up to work from home before, we damn well should be now. This is why it is so important to remain proactive and not reactive. A lot of these offices that I'm working with were already proactive. They had processes in place. They had systems in place in order to be able to work from home. Now, there are a lot of attorneys, especially in these huge cities that rely on public transportation, that didn't have these processes and systems put in place. And now they are scrambling so they don't have to skip a beat. Don't be the example of what I show people not to do. Instead, be the shining example of what I show people to do and sit back and say, "Dear God, you rock." Thank you so much for joining me today. And of course, good luck to you in all that you do, because this crazy legal industry needs a perfectly happy, healthy paralegal just like you. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Of course, I would love it if you would tap that notification bell so you receive a notification of each time I post a video on here. Keep washing your hands, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, have a fantastic rest of your day, an awesome week ahead of you, and an amazing weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.